Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Wednesday night gunfight tournament presented by U.S. Army, along with myself, Seymour. We have Beatdown Boulevard on the cast. How are you doing tonight, Beatdown?
I'm doing so well, Seymour. Thanks for asking. Super excited to be here with you again after just casting some pretty sweet search and destroy with you the other day.
Oh yeah, it was a great tournament that we had. The 5v5 all the way. It was close matches too. It wasn't just one way. I think we went round 11 one game where it was mostly like 6-3s. They're
I
pretty close
remember, I
back and
remember, I,
forth.
I whipped out the crystal ball. If you recall, don't worry if you don't. I'll be happy to remind you how I predicted our first game scoreline to the money. I just
Yeah.
know these things. It's not a big deal. It's whatever.
I mean, I was pretty impressed. I mean, I kind of dropped the ball right on you, and you're just like, all right, let's see, 6-3 win. That's what it's going to be, and it turned out
Yeah.
being a 6-3 win. So it was a good one. But tonight, we got nice sponsors for ourselves tonight. So I understand you got a little bit something to say for us here.
You know what? I'm so glad you asked, Seymour. That's right. First and foremost, we want to thank the U.S. Army, who are a team of millions of unique and powerful individuals working together to take on the most complex problems in the nation and the world and to win. Nowhere else on the earth provides you the training experience and purpose you can find with the Army, because no other team has so many people around the globe with the goal of making the world safer, the country stronger, and the future of their communities better. If you're looking to secure a future, ask yourself, what's your warrior? And go to goarmy.com/Philadelphia to find out more.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be here right now doing this gunfight tournament without the help of the U.S. Army for tonight.
That's
So
right.
nice to see them doing that, providing us with a nice little prize pool. We got a hot prize for the winners tonight. We got some nice RNG Kings ready to show us their gun skill on the
That's
battlefield, because
right.
that's what gunfight is to an extent. You got to see where
Yeah.
you got to see what guns you come out with. I mean, if you're not familiar with gunfight, people watching, viewers out there, it's going to be first to six, just like search and destroy. I mean, every 2 rounds you spawn with
I
a
was going
new
to say.
loadout. Both
Yep.
teams mirrored loadouts, so everything's going to be the exact same for all 4 players in the lobby. First to six wins, and by then it's just a brawl.
Yeah, and you know what? Even though there's definitely that RNG factor, it's still kind of fair in the sense that, look, you guys both got the same guns. Like if you can't match me on the sniper or on the deagle or whatever gun you end up getting, I mean, that's not my fault, right? So I feel like it's still fair.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not practiced on the gun, why are you in the gunfight
Yeah.
tournament? I mean, you should be practiced with
Why?
everything if
Yeah,
you're
why
going to this,
with
especially at the
every
end of the
single
season.
loadout. That's right. Are you kidding me? Modern Warfare is about to go out the door. This is the time where you're supposed to flex that knowledge a little bit. We know people love to use every single gun. There's no meta. Come on. What are you talking about, Seymour? There's no
Actually, I'm
meta.
glad you were talking about the snipers, because, I mean, this morning I got up to see the multiplayer reveal of Cold War. I mean, it
Oh
wasn't that difficult.
yeah.
It was at like 1 p.m., so it wasn't that difficult to wake up for that.
Whoa, for
So
gamers, that's hard, bro.
I was sitting there though, and I was watching how crisp the sniper was. I'm excited for this. I don't know if you caught the multiplayer reveal. It looked hype.
I caught a little bit, and I agree with you. It does look super good. And then I keep, and as everybody says, in Treyarch we trust. So this is definitely looking to be a banger of a game. We just gotta wait. When's it coming out? October? So like a month.
I'm Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, October 8th is the early beta. If I'm pretty sure, so if you pre-order, you can get the early beta. A little bit of a
Might
kind of
have to
plug for
pre-order.
Activision there.
Yeah,
Activision, you might want to like
yeah.
hit me up. I got your plug right here on the nerd stream. But other than that, I mean, I'm curious to see if they bring back something like Gunfight, because it's new to Modern Warfare. You're at the end of the season, and it's been popular with the community. So it'd be pretty exciting to see if they bring back a game mode like this. I'd like to see it. I enjoy doing the tournaments, commentating them, and they always bring some fun when you're just having those late night games with your friends.
Yeah, I think a game like COD definitely benefits from varied game modes. So I think having things like, even though it's still a recent addition, having things like the 2v2 Gunfight will definitely be a welcomed addition. I really hope they keep it as well, because it's definitely a fun one. But the other thing is, Cold War. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cold War is also getting the zombies, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past them. Treyarch, actually, at the end of the multiplayer reveal, they teased zombies for like a short 11-second
See.
clip.
Okay. So there.
I
So there.
saw
So there
that.
will be one.
I saw that, which is always. I mean, there's like late nights, 8-hour kind of runs.
Any Kino's in the chat?
Oh my God, Kino's in the chat going hype. That was literally like, I remember getting home, like turning on my Xbox 360, playing some Kino, grinding out with my brother, his friends.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that Easter egg done. It's great. But, why don't we just pan a little bit away from Cold War? I know everybody's excited to get that because tonight it's Gunfight 2v2. And we're actually going to be starting in the loser's bracket, in loser's bracket 12. So it's going to be Xylem and Nifty going up against Dogs. I like the team names there. And fun fact, Beatdown, I cast a 2v2 Search and Destroy tournament over with a company outside of Rochester, New York. And
I didn't know that was a thing.
They've actually featured, Xylem and Nifty have played in that tournament. So I've seen this team play before. I'm excited to see them. We're going to Pine as the first map. And they're usually a team that gets late into the bracket, then starts to fall off. I wonder if they can make it here.
That's very interesting. I'm super glad you can give us that insight because now we have an idea of some of these teams, or at least Xylem and Nifty, who are in here. And again, this is going to be a best of one, ladies and gentlemen. So everything up until the losers finals is a best of one. And wow, we already have some shots firing off here. That's already going to be a draw, actually.
A draw? Oh, I think host ended lobby, or is that actually a draw? I don't.
That's possible?
No, I've never seen a round draw before.
So
how did that happen?
I genuinely am not sure, but either way, we're in round 2. We're looking at Xylem, who is actually going to get double peeked.
Oh, you know what? It's a practice round at the start of the game, so they just give it that, and nothing really counts. You already see a kill go over in favor of Lust on the Dogs' side. Xylem going down early. Joker spots the other one. Are they going to pick him off? They're playing really passive here. Nifty, he does have that stim shot to keep him up a little bit. Takes some fire from the left, dodging and weaving. Joker looking to clean it up. This should go in favor of Dogs unless Nifty can take this.
Yeah, he knows he has to in the next couple of seconds. Oh, shots, and unfortunately are not good. So the first real round, Dogs are going to win it out.
I mean, it's one of those situations where if your teammate goes down early, you're really in a bad spot, Beatdown.
I gotta agree with you there. It's as my good buddy Visions would say, it's usually chalked when you lose a teammate early like that, but we'll see if things go better in the second round. So far, no deaths.
No deaths at all. Both teams playing very passive. Nice nade. I mean, they do have the stim shot, but look at them just kind of charge them up. Make them waste their stim shots early. That's not good if you're Xylem and Nifty. You have to find an early pick. 8 seconds before the overtime flag pops up, and either team has to start to contest that. Nifty is set up to probably get the closest touch for their team, but both players on a pinch for that Joker. His head might be spotted.
Whoa.
Nifty finding the opening pick. 5 seconds to touch it. They find Lust, but they have to get a foot on the point. Is Lust going to cap it right out from underneath them? He finds one, but no, he's taken out. Dogs are eliminated. Xylem and Nifty, they keep it out.
And I like it. Xylem and Nifty are just taking their time with this one. Just throwing nades out. Barely even peeking. They want to create this sense of anxiety in Dogs and get them to overpeak, take an unfavorable position. And so far, it worked out for them really well.
I don't even actually think I've seen that. This must be a newer one because I don't think I've seen this gun get used. So, I like it. It's got high rate of fire, low recoil from what I understand. Might be a close 1v1 between Lust if he's spotted out by Nifty. They do get shots down. Joker is brought down to his death, so it's Lust in a 1v2. The jump on the rocks. Nifty and Xylem close it out 2-1.
That's 2 in a row for Xylem and Nifty. Really seem like they are getting into their stride. Let's hope they don't fulfill the expectations you brought up and how they usually perform in tournaments. And I think they heard you, Seymour. Maybe they didn't like that because they're doing well so far.
Yeah, I mean, 2-1 start, 2 rounds in a row. That's a good way to get it off. Semtex is thrown on either side, trying to catch out some information. Shots fired on the map. A Joker, he takes some hits, so he's going to have to use that stim shot. Take him back to full health. Joker goes down. Xylem, Nifty. They're on a roll, and they're starting to heat up.
Dude, round 1 was very clearly just... See, the round 1 was the practice run for Xylem and Nifty. The first practice one didn't mean anything apparently, because now that's 3 in a row for this squad. Both players have 3 apiece, and wow, we actually have the pistol coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, 6th, is it? Yeah, no, 4th or 5th round, 3rd set of guns. And they got the pistols on. With the nades and the flashbangs as well. So utility going to be thrown on either side. They are getting a lot of information. They should know where Nifty is. If Lust can get the jump on him, he might be able to clean it up. That's some unfortunate timing. Nifty might get the jump on him. Lust still finds the snap, so it's a 1-on-1. As either team did find a kill, and it's a 1-shot to the head. Xylem Nifty still on a 4-round winning streak.
That's actually insane. Xylem especially finding that shot there towards the end, giving yet another round here to Xylem and Nifty, who are just running away with it right now. You see it's 4-1 right now as we go into round 6. One more, and it's going to put them at match point.
And especially because it's the loser's bracket, everybody should know, or, I mean, if you're new here, it is a best of 1 right now, up until the finals. Nice little shot, and that puts them on match point. That's crazy.
And just to echo what you're saying, it is, man. And just to echo what you're saying, Seymour, yeah, it's a best of 1, and losers bracket is if you're new to losers brackets, where you been? But the point is, if you're in the loser bracket, it's 1 and done here. So this is the last chance for Dogs. They got to win the next 5 in a row if they want to continue on here in the tournament bracket here. We're gonna see. Pistols are still out here. And we're looking at Xylem right now, who was just trying to line up a shot.
I mean, I looked at what's in the back pocket here. I almost said they got the Olympia in the back pocket, but it's definitely not the Olympia. Nice shot from Lust. Makes it a 2v1. They clean up with some crisp accuracy on that pistol. Not even wanting to take the shotgun out at such a long range. The Renetti does enough damage. Look at that. The Joker was ready for it too. He actually had the shotgun ready to go. He was ready to just clock him. But he didn't need to use it.
That's good. I really like that from Lust here, especially in this scenario where it's, you know, the situation is still precarious for Dogs. They can't afford to lose a single one unless they get knocked out of the tournament here. But so far, they are still here.
Dire situation, but I got to see a little bit more from Joker. He's 0-5. His teammate Lust, 6-5, just carrying on his back. Joker with 24 health left. Xylem looking to clean that up. Excellent.
Oh, that's bad.
With that shotgun to clean that up. Lust trying to pick him off, but Xylem and Nifty are going to take this best of 1. They're going to head over to face Cars in the next round.
And so far, looking pretty good here for Xylem and Nifty. I really like how, especially in the early rounds, they played exceptionally patient. Like I'm talking till the neutral flag pops up in the center of the map. They're just hanging back like, oh, you want to fight? No, I'm just going to wait a minute. Oh, you're getting stressed out? Oh, you're going to make a mistake? Oh, damn. And then for the later rounds, then they start turning up the heat. Then they start turning up the tempo. And that's a pretty easy win here for Xylem and Nifty.
I like that. I like that. It's like, oh, you think you want me to get aggressive here? Nah, I don't think I will. I'm gonna let you come to us, and then you're gonna have to deal with our guns from range. But excellent round, like you said, from Xylem and Nifty to send them farther in the losers bracket. I'm excited to see them go on because I do know them from another tournament. It's always nice to see some reoccurring names in amateur tournaments like this. You know, sometimes people hop in for a tournament, you'll never see them again. These guys, I'm glad they're making it far, especially on Pine. You know, Pine is a really good map to start off on because that's like one of the first maps that I remember playing on for Gunfight. So it's a little bit nostalgic in the MW scene, but I'm excited to see it go on, see all the different maps come in. It's definitely a great game mode, and they have a great variety of maps.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And there's a really good start overall here to this bracket. And then we do... So Xylem and Nifty are going to move on, and if I remember correctly, they are going to play ScarJ in the next part here of the losers bracket. So we're super excited to see that.
Cars,
excuse me.
Not. I
cannot read.
No, ScarJ are still going on.
ScarJ's the one who
actually made it to the.
Yeah,
they're in the grand finals actually. So they're waiting for the loser bracket to be done. They're just kind of dusting off their controllers as they go.
Got you. All right, so before we set up for the next one, we're actually going to throw it to a really short break just so we can set up. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Let me up.
Our world is becoming increasingly dangerous. Today's soldier must continue to adapt to unfamiliar environments and technological advancements used by our adversaries. America's Army is the best trained and equipped fighting force in history, capable of conquering any foe, on any terrain. Do you possess the strength to answer the calling of a soldier? Learn how you can be trained in one of 150 careers and potentially earn up to $40,000 in bonuses if you qualify. For more information, visit goarmy.com.
Oh, baby. Contrast stitching. Curves that'll hug your body. Adjustable arms. Custom embroidery. Memory foam pillows. Changeable color inserts. Lay flat, recline. Removable logos. Soft, durable material. Yeah. Like what you see, baby? Zip chair.
My name is Dr. Edward Rosero. I'm a sports medicine and rehab specialist over at Rothman Orthopedics. I currently serve as a team physician for a number of sports teams, including the Philadelphia Fusion. Exercise comes in three separate phases. One is flexibility, two is cardiovascular health, and three is strength. If you can get at least 20 to 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, it can be as simple as going for a short walk, getting on a bike, or even jogging or running would be adequate. In terms of strength training, usually if you can get 2 to 3 times a week for about 20 to 30 minutes of good, solid resistance training, I would focus on the basic stuff that you probably learned in gym class, such as the push-ups, the sit-ups, the wall squats. If you have access to a pull-up bar, some simple pull-ups or chin-ups would be great. You don't have to get too crazy or fancy when you're at home, but something that just to really get the heart racing. And then finally, the last aspect that we're missing is flexibility. Flexibility for gamers would be more so for their neck, their lower back, and their hamstring and leg muscles. Believe it or not, when you sit for long periods of time, you tend to get a lot of tightness in the buttocks and hamstring regions, which can play a part in affecting your lumbar or lower back.
Why did I choose Temple? I chose Temple because I love Philadelphia.
I wanted to find a school that was in a city.
Temple's really supportive of everyone, career-wise, internship-wise. They have a lot of opportunities for everyone, like study abroad. Temple students are so passionate, whether that's about their school, their major.
Just don't be shy to ask somebody, hey, what's your name or what are you majoring in? Because I've made my best friendship so far that way.
Nigga me up.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to your Wednesday night gunfight tournament hosted by Nerd Street Gamers. It's myself, Seymour, along with Beatdown Boulevard. And after that nice round one we'll be out on stream for the losers bracket, Salam and Nifty kind of came out on top with that. We'll talk about that in a second, Beatdown. But at the end of this, I feel like you have another thing to let us know.
Wow, that's crazy how you always know about that, Seymour. That's right. I once
Yeah.
again just want to remind everybody this would not be possible without the help of the U.S. Army. Again, the Army is a team of 1 million individuals working together to take on the most complex problems in the nation and the world, and to win. To ask yourself, what's your warrior? And go to goarmy.com/Philadelphia to find out. To learn more, contact your local Army recruiter and find us on social media at Army Team Mid-Atlantic.
You know what? I would actually go check that out if it wasn't for being Canadian out here.
Right.
I would go. I could pull that.
I was about
out.
to say, what's
But,
stopping you?
What's stopping us is our nationality for the
That's
U.S.
true.
Army, but it's not stopping you
It's
guys.
true.
You guys can go check that out if you would like. But talking about the last round beatdown, it was a little bit
Yes.
of. I wouldn't say it was a slow start for Zalam and Nifty because they lost the first round, but they came back right after that and they just purely showed dominance for the incoming. We do actually have a little bit of a replay and just looking at the start here, you see Zalam and Nifty, they just showed their true colors and how dominant they were on Pine.
Yeah, so it's kind of insane. That first round was definitely their practice round. They were not concerned with anything going forward. They played rounds 2 to, I think, 8 it was, very well, both mixing this very slow and patient style with some serious running and gunning here. And you see a lot of those later rounds. We saw some really nice shots from range with the various pistols.
Yeah, like you said it yourself, different strats coming out from Zalam and Nifty that I like to see is, you see some rounds, they're waiting back, they're using their utility, they're trying to burn the kind of patience of the enemy team. And then some rounds, they're just up close and personal, run and gun. Just they want to be up in your face and make you feel uncomfortable. And it's what I like to see in teams in this gunfight tournament is because if you're just coming out with the same thing like for all the rounds in the map, eventually it's just going to be kind of rhetorical. Like, I mean, I'm using the wrong word there, but it's just going to be like doing the same thing over and over again. It's going to be routine for the enemy team, and they're going to understand you, and they're just going to kind of counter it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think predictable is what you mean to say there, Seymour. And don't worry, I understand words are definitely hard. Yeah, see? But I agree with you. Always doing the same play, it definitely will become predictable. And in a game mode where you got to win 6 rounds, I don't think you can win 6 rounds playing the exact same strategy. So you do got to mix things up. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen, starting at what I believe is the practice round. Not going to fall forward this time.
Yeah, so it's going to be a practice round. We were a little bit confused last time, but we are hopping to King. King's a great map, another original from the MW series of this map. So it's going to be Cars up against Xylem and Nifty. Cars obviously dropping into a later part of the bracket. Or actually, I think they're moving along the lower bracket. I can check in a second, but now Xylem Nifty coming off a hot win, looking to do it again. Right off the start, you see Scars. He finds him. They have a shotgun in hand, but they're opting for the pistols. They throw a C4. Neither team kind of backed up right now. Nifty is in a 1v2. So he's looking to even it up, but he is kind of backed into that crate. He isn't in the best of positions, Boulevard.
And Cars are playing this one really well. They're moving together, watching different angles at the same time. And now they know time is running out. They're willing to back up. They know Nifty is going to have to play for this flag once again against 2 different people here. But I like this. He's starting out with the smoke. Yeah,
they're starting out with the smokes. They get right down onto the flag. Cars still comes out on top, just running right through that with the shotgun. But I actually took a look at the bracket, and I'm actually interested to see that Cars, they dropped into the losers bracket in round 2, and Xylem and Nifty, they dropped down in around round 5. So Xylem and Nifty did have a little bit more practice up in the winners bracket, but right now Cars are actually bringing the heat to them. It's once again Xylem this time in a 1v1 up against Khan. Both players are in good positions to take it, but it actually is Cars taking this one 2-0.
Yeah, so a really good start here from Cars. It's seeming like Xylem and Nifty can't really get into the rhythm. They're always getting caught off guard by both members of Cars. And right now, Khan and Scars have been having a pretty good time so far. And looks like we're here in round 3 and the guns have changed.
Brand new loadout. Got the FAL in hand for your primary rifle, along with, pretty sure, the Renetti as your secondary. Nifty very low, kind of dancing around the tires. Just trying to avoid the gunfire as best as he can. Scars burns his Molotov literally on the crates, so he won't have that in his hands. It's an even 2-2 right now. Both teams trying to look for an advantage.
Oh, and Xylem is going to be the one to find it. Nifty, unfortunately, doesn't win out his trade. So the overtime flag is going to spawn here, and it's going to be the 1v1. Xylem gets it, and they put Xylem and Nifty on the board.
Finally finding a point to their name. Khan just getting his head ripped off by Xylem. He actually had a little bit more health too, so he had the advantage peeking around that corner. 2-1 lead right now for Cars. And they are going to be patient on the side of Xylem and Nifty. Khan getting a little bit aggressive in the crates, but he is going to back up to his teammate. You got to look to the right side. Scars, he does find the head of Nifty, putting Xylem in a 1v2 once again. Scars having a great round in this King map. That's a great advantage for his team.
Xylem is going to go up the stairs. He might actually run into Khan pretty soon. Or run into Scars, actually. Again, we're back in the situation. Overtime flag. We're going to see the Molotov come through. And looks like Cars end up winning out. Oh, it looks like Xylem ended up getting picked off in the background.
A little bit unfortunate of a start from the Xylem and Nifty squad, but Cars are literally showing that they are not backing down from the losers bracket run that they were handed. They're looking to bring it a little bit farther. Nice little flash, going to get some information, but Xylem and Nifty, they have to be careful because Scars getting super aggressive through the crates, finds the opening kill. Xylem is actually on the opposite side of the map, so he's going to be pinched by both players. Drops some shots onto Scars, but he himself is weak with 46 health. A lot on either side. He finds 2 tags onto Cars, goes for the melee, but he's not gonna get it. 4-1 lead, and they are just walking away with this right now.
And It's starting to seem like they are running away with it. Xylem and Nifty, 1 round to their name. The team we thought were looking really promising based on the previous match that we saw here. So far, it's not looking too good. Yeah, I see the same thing you're seeing. It appears Xylem and Nifty are missing.
Out of the lobby.
Out of the lobby.
AMIA. So we get a nice point of view of Scars looking at the ground with that nice gold camo on his pistol. I'm just waiting to hear in my ears from the man up top about what is going on with these two teams. Both players seem to have DC'd. So they are out of the lobby. It's 4-1 lead for Cars, and it looks like they are going to remake the lobby, try to get them back in. So in the meantime, though, right, it's beatdown. It's just one way right now. They are having a great time on the side of Cars, and they're coming out strong. Xylem and Nifty, a little bit slow this time. I'm not really too sure what's going on with them.
It almost feels like King is just a map they're not very comfortable with, because it seems like they are always checking the wrong corners, always ending up getting peeked on there. Well, on the other hand, you see Cars, they seem to know this map very well, and they're playing it very well, sitting in all the great power positions, always chilling in areas where basically ducking in and out of cover. They know generally where players like to play, and that's how they keep catching up Xylem and Nifty in pretty much every round so far.
Oh, yeah, I can 100% agree with that. I mean, I can highlight one of the past rounds when they just got the pistol, the silenced pistol there. You saw it, I think it was Nifty standing on top of the tires, and he was just unaware of his surroundings, I guess, because Scars snuck right through the crates. Some excellent timing, and he just got right up top with them. You see in the instant replay the pancake thrown across the map for Khan to get that pick, especially this crisp shot from Xylem to give them their only round win right now. I don't know. I just have to see them get a little bit more comfortable here, Beatdown, because right now, like you said, they do look uncomfortable on King.
Yeah, and I think maybe part of it is going to be as we get into these later rounds. If it's really that they're not comfortable on this map, perhaps after a few rounds, now we're on round 7, maybe they've got the handle on it. Hopefully now they have an idea of how Cars like to play and can actually try to plan around that, try to get some more wins on the board here. Because right now it's 4-1 or 5-1. It's not looking good to 1 is the point.
A 4-1 lead is something. I mean, you're one round away from it being match point. You're kind of on edge here because you don't want to get it to that 5-1 stance. So you got to start making your rounds here. You got to start getting some round wins. And what might also be a factor here, because I just kind of thought about it. I mean, they did DC, so we might be seeing some connection issues from Xylem and Nifty. So if they're having connection problems, it might cause them to kind of fall behind in this game. And if they're falling behind, it definitely is showing with a 4-1 lead for Cars. They're looking poised in my books to go on in this loser bracket.
Yeah, just from what we've seen in the first 5 to 6 rounds, it's really hard for me to imagine that Cars actually end up losing this one out. Just because, again, they've been playing this one so well. It's been so clean so far, whether it's pistols, you have the ARs. Just they have it all on lock right now. And they're looking good to move on to that loser's final. But the interesting thing, too, is that we've been playing best of 1 so far. So if we get to that point, I wonder how they'll do in the best of 3, since we do have that little format change as we get deeper into the standings.
I mean, best of 3 is a different whole ballpark from best of 1. Because, I mean, you got that comfort round in that first map. You can kind of feel out your other team. And then you're heading into the second map. And you're like, all right, I get how they play. I understand it. You know, like you got to watch out for these guns. I mean, they're a little bit worse on these ones. You might have a team that's really good with semi-auto guns and snipers, and they just are trash with those assault rifles. They're trash with the fully automatic. Or maybe they're a team that just likes to run and gun with the pistols or the shotguns, but they can't really do range that much. So I really like best of 3s going into that, whichever team can make it there, because you'll have that comfort map to kind of feel out your opposing team. And it'll help you understand going into map 2. But I mean, best of 3 doesn't give you that many comfort maps. It's just 1. So you might not want to rely on that too much.
No, that is definitely a fair point. But still, it is better than just trying to kind of figure it all out on the fly like you're seeing in this best of 1 run that's been going on so far. And just remind everybody, we are just waiting for the disconnected members of Xylem and Nifty to reconnect to the lobby here. Score is currently 4-1 for cars, and they are 2 rounds away from winning it out. But it's looking like it's going to take a little longer than we thought, so we are going to throw it to just a short break while we get everything fixed up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Nigga me up.
Our world is becoming increasingly dangerous. Today's soldier must continue to adapt to unfamiliar environments and technological advancements used by our adversaries. America's Army is the best trained and equipped fighting force in history, capable of conquering any foe on any terrain. Do you possess the strength to answer the calling of a soldier? Learn how you can be trained in one of 150 careers and potentially earn up to $40,000 in bonuses if you qualify. For more information, visit goarmy.com.
Oh, baby. Contrast stitching. Curves that'll hug your body. Adjustable arms. Custom embroidery. Memory foam pillows. Changeable color inserts. Lay flat, recline. Removable logos. Soft, durable material. Yeah. Like what you see, baby? Zip chair.
My name is Dr. Edward Rosero. I'm a sports medicine and rehab specialist over at Rothman Orthopedics. I currently serve as a team physician for a number of sports teams, including the Philadelphia Fusion. Exercise comes in three separate phases. One is flexibility, two is cardiovascular health, and three is strength. If you can get at least 20 to 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, it can be as simple as going for a short walk, getting on a bike, or even jogging or running would be adequate. In terms of strength training, usually if you can get 2 to 3 times a week for about 20 to 30 minutes of good, solid resistance training, I would focus on the basic stuff that you probably learned in gym class, such as the push-ups, the sit-ups, the wall squats. If you have access to a pull-up bar, some simple pull-ups or chin-ups would be great. You don't have to get too crazy or fancy when you're at home, but something that just to really get the heart racing. And then finally, the last aspect that we're missing is flexibility. Flexibility for gamers would be more so for their neck, their lower back, and their hamstring and leg muscles. Believe it or not, when you sit for long periods of time, you tend to get a lot of tightness in the buttocks and hamstring regions, which can play a part in affecting your lumbar or lower back.
Why did I choose Temple? I chose Temple because I love Philadelphia.
I wanted to find a school that was in a city.
Temple's really supportive of everyone, career-wise, internship-wise. They have a lot of opportunities for everyone, like study abroad. Temple students are so passionate, whether that's about their school, their major.
Just don't be shy to ask somebody, hey, what's your name or what are you majoring in? Because I've made my best friendship so far that way.
Nigga me up.
Our world is becoming increasingly dangerous.
Welcome back after that short little break. We're hopping right back into the action with a brand new game round. And it's actually, before we start this off, as I was about to say, Xylem and Nifty found the first round. The names are flipped. So Xylem and Nifty just found a round, but that's actually Cars down 2-1 right now.
Yeah, both teams agreed to just start things over from fresh, but just as Seymour has said, it's really Xylem and Nifty in the red, Cars in the blue. As you can see, Scars is on your screen right now, already in the middle of a battle there with Nifty, but things are looking pretty chill now.
Exactly. I almost forgot to introduce ourselves back into the stream, because if you're new here and forgot
that's
about
right.
us, it's myself, Seymour, once again on the mic with Beatdown Boulevard alongside me.
Hello.
So it is right into the action. 5 seconds till the overtime flag comes up. Xylem and Nifty very low on health. Actually, wait, no. That's the other way around. I just confused myself. Xylem getting a kill. He's 4-1 right now. Full health. His teammate, Nifty, finds the second player. They're up 3-1 now, and they're actually pulling it back after this reset.
There you go. This could have been the best thing that happened to them, I suppose, because we talked about how they weren't appearing to be very comfortable on this map. And it's starting to look like that is completely different. The roles are in very many ways reversed. Xylem and Nifty are in the lead at the moment. Nifty tossed the nade. He's going to run through. The shots are good. So that's already looking good for Xylem and Nifty once again.
Cars dropping a player. Khan, last one standing in a 1v2. Nifty's down to 64 health, but Xylem, he's full. Topped off with 100. Khan with 98 himself. And only a pistol in hand to deal with this. Still has a flashbang available to disrupt the enemies. 5 seconds once again till the flag drops. Both teams edging closer to this. They actually do have him pinched. If they find him in the crate, they both will have excellent positioning to take this. First shots come down from Xylem into Khan. He's low, 46 health. Running right past him is going to be Xylem, and Cars, technically Xylem and Nifty, fighting another round. They're going up 4-1. And how the tables have turned, Beatdown.
Indeed, they have. And Xylem and Nifty have been playing this one so well, especially in their advantage situation. Holding hands. One of the best ways to do it. Ensure that you always take a 2v1. So here we are, round 6. Utilities coming out. Khan, unfortunately, caught with his pants down. This is looking really bad here for Cars, who were dominating when we first started out. But since the reset, they just seem to have no control over the game. That's a map point for Xylem and Nifty right now.
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened to this team. They look like they were in prime form. Yeah.
I know.
Oh my god, we might see. No. It's a little bit too much.
It's not over yet.
Not over yet. Yeah, to count them out. But this is definitely unfortunate for Khan and Scars, because they are having such a good series before the disconnect. Xylem and Nifty, though, they found their form. They're here to win it out, here to continue their reign of terror through the losers bracket. You see Scars getting very aggressive off the top rope. Drops down, spots Xylem, but he doesn't want to put some shots towards there. Khan left in a 2v1. This is to keep them in the tournament. This is all the bells and whistles right here. Puts some shots down, finds the head of one. And he is still pretty much off of full health. Xylem spots him out. He gets tagged up. Both players there. Nice flick around the corner. Xylem and Nifty move on. And Cars are dropped from the tournament.
And there you have it, a dominating 6-1 fashion after both teams agree to a reset. And Xylem and Nifty are going to be the ones going to the losers finals. And just what a turnaround, Seymour.
I mean, it's nothing more than you can ask for if you're Xylem and Nifty. Not only kind of disconnecting from the game in a round that you probably wouldn't have won, being down 4-1, but also getting the blessing of a reset. When you come back from that, it couldn't have been better opportunity for Xylem and Nifty to come back, and so they did. They found their form, they cleaned up, and they had some excellent team plays along the way. I know you were saying at one point that it's almost like they were holding hands around the map, and I mean, that's like best case scenario in a 2v2. Just hold your teammate's hand and dominate, I guess.
Yeah, and it works even better in the 2v1s, because the beauty of having the numbers advantage, if you don't actually utilize it correctly, your enemy is just going to get multiple 1v1s, and those are losable. That's variance, and you don't want that. That's why I like the hand-holding strategy from Xylem and Nifty, and it seems like whatever was plaguing them the first time around is no longer doing so, because again, they're going to advance to our losers finals. That is going to be a best of 3, and we talked about how that might be different going forward.
I mean, you know what? You know what really grinds my gears? I'm gonna just say it right here, Beat. You
Tell
know what
me.
just
I want to know,
absolutely
Seymour.
tears me apart as a caster
Hit me.
is when you're in
Yes.
a 2v1 situation and you decide to take 2 separate 1v1s to try to win it out.
Yep.
I hate when teams do
Yes.
that. So, like you said, it just purely just grinds my gears as a caster. And I can't, you can't really speak up on that part. You just have to keep casting over it. But it's just something that people don't really look out for in a team-based game like Call of Duty, is that when you just isolate yourself in a 1v1, when you have a teammate available, you're basically throwing the round unless you're just
I was going to say, call it what it is, Seymour.
I mean, you're just throwing the round unless you're a superstar player. So I like the way that they're playing, just like how you like the hand-holding strategy, but we're talking about the best of 3 going on, and I don't know if we're already all the way that far. Let me actually take a look at the bracket now.
No, we definitely are. So Xylem and Nifty are going to be playing Drip with 4 Ps, I must add, and that will be the best of 3. And the interesting thing that's worth noting too is that if Xylem and Nifty win this also, they're going to meet ScarJ in the grand finals, the team that knocked them into losers in the first place. So that could be a really interesting rematch if we get there.
I'm just taking a look at the bracket from the winner's side. And actually, Xylem and Nifty had played Cars before, and it was a 2-0 victory in that winner's bracket. So they're continuing where they left off from that. Looking at the ScarJ team in grand finals, though, they've had quite the sweep going across. 2-1 wins most of the time, and Drip actually did take a round or a map off of them, just like Xylem and Nifty did as well. So both of these teams, in my opinion, should be even to each other. I don't know the exact rounds of each map in those winners finals, but I mean, both Drip and Xylem and Nifty took a round off of ScarJ. ScarJ is in the grand finals. We should see a good losers bracket finals here.
Yeah, I agree with you. Can't wait to see how that one ends up playing out. And like you said, both teams being even definitely makes it a lot more exciting. And it's just going to prep us for what will probably be an even more exciting grand finals.
Can't wait to see it. I definitely can't wait to get to the action. But right now, B-Town, right now, everybody on the opposite side of this camera, we're going to be heading to a little bit of a break and come back with those loser bracket finals. So go get hydrated, grab a drink of water, and we'll be right back with some more gunfight action.
Our world is becoming increasingly dangerous. Today's soldier must continue to adapt to unfamiliar environments and technological advancements used by our adversaries. America's Army is the best trained and equipped fighting force in history, capable of conquering any foe on any terrain. Do you possess the strength to answer the calling of a soldier?
Learn how you can be trained in one of 150 careers and potentially earn up to $40,000 in bonuses if you qualify. For more information, visit goarmy.com.
Nigga me up.
Why did I choose Temple? I chose Temple because I love Philadelphia.
I wanted to find a school that was in a city.
Temple's really supportive of everyone, career-wise, internship-wise. They have a lot of opportunities for everyone, like study abroad. Temple students are so passionate, whether that's about their school, their major.
Just don't be shy to ask somebody, hey, what's your name or what are you majoring in? Because I've made my best friendship so far that way.
Oh, baby. Contrast stitching. Curves that'll hug your body. Adjustable arms. Custom embroidery. Memory foam pillows. Changeable color inserts. Lay flat, recline. Removable logos. Soft, durable material. Yeah. Like what you see, baby? Zip chair.
My name is Dr. Edward Rosero. I'm a sports medicine and rehab specialist over at Rothman Orthopedics. I currently serve as a team physician for a number of sports teams, including the Philadelphia Fusion. Exercise comes in 3 separate phases. 1 is flexibility, 2 is cardiovascular health, and 3 is strength. If you can get at least 20 to 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, it could be as simple as going for a short walk, getting on a bike, or even jogging or running would be adequate. In terms of strength training, usually if you can get 2 to 3 times a week for about 20 to 30 minutes of good, solid resistance training, I would focus on the basic stuff that you probably learned in gym class, such as the push-ups, the sit-ups, the wall squats. If you have access to a pull-up bar, some simple pull-ups or chin-ups would be great. You don't have to get too crazy or fancy when you're at home, but something that just to really get the heart racing. And then finally, the last aspect that we're missing is flexibility. Flexibility for gamers would be more so for their neck, their lower back, and their hamstring and leg muscles. Believe it or not, when you sit for long periods of time, you tend to get a lot of tightness in the buttocks and hamstring regions, which can play a part in affecting your lumbar or lower back.
Once again, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Wednesday night gunfight tournament hosted by Nerd Street Gamers. It's myself, Seymour, and joining me, as always, for tonight is Beatdown Boulevard. How are you doing tonight still?
Still doing well. I gotta say, though, I am a tad bit disappointed. Unfortunately, we were to inform the Drip, one of the teams from our losers final match just hasn't shown up. So unfortunately, you know how it goes. You don't show up, you can't grab the loot. So they got disqualified, meaning Xylem and Nifty immediately advanced to the grand finals. Good news is, that's what we're about to cover right now.
I was going to say, we got good news and we got bad news tonight. And the good news is that we're headed to the grand finals, everyone, instead of the losers bracket finals. So, we could just skip over that. And we are heading to all the glory. Yeah, skip the cutscene, press X, go next. And we're going for all the glory right now. We're going for the crown. And whichever team comes out on top right now, they get the glory. It's Xylem and Nifty and ScarJ in this grand finals. They've seen each other before, and it was ScarJ who came out on top. So we're looking for a little bit of an upset here from Xylem and Nifty, or ScarJ to continue their reign of terror from the winner's bracket. It can go either way, and I'm actually pretty sure the rules are that coming out of the losers bracket, Xylem and Nifty have to win 2 best of 5 or best of 3s to win it out, not just one. If I'm sure, either that or they start with a round down. I know I will probably get that confirmed.
I believe with this one with this one they start with they're a round down essentially. ScarJ coming from the winners bracket means they start 1-0 right away, which means they actually only need to win one more in this best of 3 to win out the whole grand finals. So like you said, these teams have met before. If you're Xylem and Nifty, you're definitely looking to run it back. ScarJ, they already have a pretty good advantage going into this. And we're already at this point in the tournament where you said, because historically, Xylem and Nifty kind of taper off towards the end. They're not really this duo who end up winning it all. Maybe that changes today.
Maybe this is where they correct me. And all the times where I've counted them out, they're like, nah, we're changing that. Tonight is our night. Tonight is our tournament. So I'd like to see them come out with the heat here. I mean, last game we saw them in, they did start a little bit slow, and they only really picked it up because of a DC, and they restarted the lobby. So maybe I just don't know which Xylem and Nifty we're gonna see. Are we gonna see the kind of terror
pre-DC or post-DC?
Yeah. Pre-DC or post-DC? Which Xylem and Nifty are we going to see tonight? I mean, It's really up to them, but either way, they're going to have to bring their all, because I was saying prior, over when we were actually casting King, is when you're heading into a best of 3, you usually have that comfort game to feel them out. But you reminding me that it is going to be a 1-0 start for ScarJ. Yeah. There's no comfort map. There's no comfort round at all for Xylem and Nifty. They have to come out strong. They have to show their everything right off the bat, and they have to make sure they send it to a round 3 if they want to stay in this. It's do or die right now for them.
That's exactly right, Colin. And now, just before we go to it, I got to ask you guys and just let you know, do you enjoy the tournament you're seeing? Do you think maybe I could win a couple $100 with some of my buddies? Well, lucky for you, Nerd Street Gamers put these tournaments on every single Wednesday, alternates between Warzone and 2v2 Modern Warfare. The next tournament, September 16th, that's the next Wednesday, is going to be Warzone. So if you want to win some money, you want to play with your friends, register on nerdstreetgamers.com. The street is abbreviated.
I would hop in and play some Warzone if it wasn't such a big file to download onto my computer. 100%. I wouldn't mind playing some Warzone if it wasn't so big. So unfortunately, I won't be playing in the tournament. I don't know about casting it here and there, but we're gonna see the best teams come out here. We are gonna be hopping right into the grand finals of the Gunfight Tournament. It's gonna be King, Xylem and Nifty, ScarJ. We're hopping on board with Xylem. Once again, it does look like the names are going to be flipped. So Xylem and Nifty are actually on the red team. ScarJ are actually on the blue team. And J-Host going down puts Xylem and Nifty in an advantageous position.
And I was so ready to make a whole joke about how everything is in the proper order this time around, but unfortunately that is not the case. ScarJ winning really means Xylem and Nifty are winning round 1. So that's a hot start for the boys we were a little concerned about, just given the history.
I mean, round one, I don't want to put all the eggs in one basket here because throwing it back to Pine was Xylem and Nifty who went down early and then just went on a 4-round winning streak. So we'll see. I'll see how this plays out still after the first round. Nades thrown on either side. Nifty dropped to 50 health, actually. He has to be careful. But the Uzi in hand, I think he'd be able to take a few shots still before dropping. Look at this flank from J-Hose. Xylem's ready for it, but still J-Hose finds the lead in this team fight. It is going to be Xylem and Nifty getting cleaned up, and ScarJ finding their first round, evening it up at a 1-1 tie.
We're already starting things off super hot here in the grand finals. Both teams one apiece. I really like that creative play there from ScarJ. We're gonna see how this one goes. Xylem got some pretty good pistol shots there, but not enough to take out King.
I wonder if we're gonna see them pull out the Origin. In that crate. They try to bait them in with that shotgun. J-Host, he has the Origin in hand. He is dropped a little bit low. He doesn't know Nifty's there. Xylem catches him out. It's a 1v2. King gets down and dirty in that crate, but he doesn't come out on top. ScarJ, aka Xylem and Nifty on the red team, up 2-1 right now. Look at that final kill cam with the pistol. They're on point, beatdown.
That they are. They do so well with the pistols from what we've seen throughout this tournament here, and there's going to be one more round with them. If they're able to win this one out, this will put them in such a comfortable lead going forward here. We're going to see some utility come out. Nifty, unfortunately, gets caught with his pants down.
And ladies and gentlemen, watching this, that's why you see players favor the pistol over the Origin in the gunfight tournaments, because, I mean, I know it's a shotgun, and I know shotguns are supposed to be powerful, but for some reason in Modern Warfare, you will get outgunned by the pistol every single time at close range like that. Nifty and Xylem getting up close and personal in the crates on either side. You see some shots traded down, and King is actually dropped to 12 health. He's going to have to play it a little bit more passive so he doesn't go down. He gets the drop on Nifty, and he makes it a 2v1. Make it a round win for ScarJ, and they finally find the lead in this.
And that was really well played, despite the fact that one member is super low HP. And like you said, first lead for them. And they are looking to extend that as far as they can. It's going to be the same pistols coming out here. And so far, we're just trading shots. Nobody is quite at full health, but Xylem and Nifty in the red are on top of the moment.
They do have some information. J-Host spawning out Nifty. They do get the pick onto him as well, so that's an excellent start to this. You see, Xylem spawns, pops on that cover, puts some shots, but it's traded. King on 8 health, Xylem on 46, as well as J-Host. This 2v1 is a little bit dangerous for Xylem and Nifty. They're gonna have to go for the flag because they do have the health deficit. Xylem pops down, and that's King finds him. He gets the shots down. It's traded for the teammates. A nice bait and switch for ScarJ. They are 4-2 now.
And there you go. It's looking like ScarJ are starting to run away with it. We're going to see if the boys in Xylem and Nifty can bring it back here. It is shotguns galore, it looks like, in this one. So really going to have to get up close and personal if you want to do any serious damage here, aside from this little bit of utility we're seeing come out.
I mean, carbine in hand, 1-shot headshot, 2-shot body shot. When you have a shotgun in your secondary pocket, you can get up close and have a blast with that. You see J-Host in the final kill cam. He makes it match grand final point for ScarJ right now in this 2v2 tournament. And this is dangerous waters for Xylem and Nifty, because this is everything right here. This is literally do or die beatdown.
And we're in the exact same round. Carbine still in hand. It didn't look so hot in the previous round. Can they pull it together to keep the grand finals dream alive? We're going to see. Utility is coming out. We're seeing, oh wow, it's actually the flank from both members here. And Xylem's already down and out of the fight. Nifty on some really low HP.
I didn't even see Xylem get caught. Right now it's a double push from them, and there you have it. ScarJ, your 2v2, U.S. Army Gunfight champions for this Wednesday night. And an excellent showing from themselves. You see that nice graphic put together. ScarJ are your winners, and they showed it with pure dominance, not even standing a chance for Xylem and Nifty.
No, unfortunately not. Xylem and Nifty definitely started out hot. A lot of back and forth. Things seemed even, but towards the end, it's looking like the gun rolls didn't seem to favor them. ScarJ were just really clean on the pistol. Once we got into the carbine, I think that was just GG, well played.
I mean, when you had the Renettis in hand like they did, they were just taking the right angles. They were moving as a duo, and they were just collapsing on Xylem and Nifty. So I like to see the way that they were playing. They were literally playing the hand-holding situation that you'd like to see. We take a look at these instant replays. J-Host, like you said, clean, crisp, and concise with that pistol. You look at the Renettis here, getting the right positioning on their enemies. And it's just back and forth between these two teams. I mean, I don't expect to see too many highlights from Xylem and Nifty because it was really the J-Host and King show. I mean, look at this. I think this was the final round or the second last round with the shotguns. Just getting up close and personal. A 6-2 scoreline to win it out. And honestly, not a big showing. That was pre-DC from Xylem and Nifty.
You know what? I think to their credit, I think Xylem and Nifty still played this really well. I think we got to give some credit to ScarJ, who made it all the way through the winners bracket, and we now see that was no fluke. They are very concise, like you said. Their gunplay is clean, and even the way they play the map is really smart. We saw in some of the earlier rounds some huge flanks towards the other side of the map, catching Xylem and Nifty off guard, or what really is how they started to catch up and actually give themselves the lead they ended up winning with.
Exactly, and in the end, they come out on top in this 2v2 Gunfight tournament. And if you're looking for more action for Nerd Street Gamers, I know you said it before, and we had that nice graphic up. Next week's going to be the Warzone tournament, and you keep looking at that if you want to play in another gunfight. It might be coming down the line. We're looking forward to that Cold War era for this Call of Duty season. So maybe we might be seeing some Nerd Street tournaments for Cold War. But tonight, it has been myself. Oh, actually, there you go. You have it right up on the screen. Tournaments for Nerd Street Gamers. You got so many to choose from. You can go to nerdstreetgamers.com, find Super Smash Bros, Ultimate, Hearthstone, Overwatch, Call of Duty, all of the above that's on screen. So much to look forward to and so much fun to be had from these. But Beatdown, before we close off this this wonderful Wednesday night Gunfight tournament, any finishing terms from yourself?
Just congrats to ScarJ, and everybody sign up to play next week. And Seymour, I think you should sign up too.
I mean, if you want to see me in Gunfight, just let me take 5 days to download it onto my computer, because that's how big the file would have to be. You know what? We have all the time in the world because it's a whole week to do so. But for tonight, it's been myself, Seymour, along with Beatdown Boulevard. And in the back, we did have Crash Tag working his magic behind the scenes. So a big round of applause to him as well. We hope to see you all next time. For tonight, thank you and have a good night.